Welcome back to Chowtime Pod. It's your host Red. I got a video today from Chowtime, part 2, episode 2. Us telling Tony just how we started and how the mistakes that we made, just blundering through a lot of things, and us hitting rock bottom. Oh, again, guys, I did make the membership down below. If you guys want to support me, $5, you get some pretty funny emojis to use. There are videos already loaded up for members only if you guys wanted to watch a few videos extra that isn't on for public. And you can get priority reviews on comments, which me, I read all your guys' comments and review them anyways. I just don't reply to every single one of them. Just some of them are just such good comments. I just give you guys a heart and thank you guys for commenting. So please subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time. So have you heard of Max and I's story?
The Chowtime?
Yeah,
I heard a little bit. I actually want to hear more though.
All right. So let's put Max on and let's have him tell the story. I hardly ever tell this story because I don't tell people about what happened, but I know he does quite often. So
I feel like I've just been in the position where I've had to. Since then, I've put myself in these positions where I've just had to articulate it to me. I've had to explain myself. There's this. Okay, you went to college in LA, then you went to law school in San Diego, and then something happened for a few years, and then, now you're here working at this MMA gym and back in Temecula in your hometown. So when people ask, I'm like, okay,
so
I might as well give the whole story, like when I'm in those situations. So I got better at telling it over time.
Okay, tell the story then.
Because at first I didn't want to talk about it.
I know you didn't. I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it too much.
This is Chowtime. It's the first Chowtime. So probably back before I met Red here. I started law school in San Diego at 2017. 2018, I started a dispensary. Thought it was going to be a great idea. I had all these friends. I was like, what's the side hustle going to be? Okay, I got all these idiot friends making millions of dollars right now just, running these delivery services. How hard can it be? Let me jump into that game. I had this girl I was dating at the time. She thought it was a great idea too. We easy. All right, let's just go buy a bunch of weed and then, just make some business cards and put it out there and start doing that. So one thing led to another. A few months into that, second semester of law school, we're full-time, 24/7. all over weed maps, everything, just texting, dispatching orders in class, doing that, hiring Uber drivers to run our weed for us and everything. Start making a lot more cash than I've ever made before doing that. Now we're at about summertime of my first year of law school is over. Okay, Prop 64, whatever happens, that's where the legalization came, and you had to get a license. And me being in law school, wanting to do things right. Okay, let's turn this into a real business.
Yeah.
So I just looking for somebody that has a license. That's when I find myself up in the high desert for the first time. I've never been to Hesperia or Victorville before, but I heard about this guy that had a license up there. I went up, I met up with him, paid him a little bit of money so we could join forces.
How much did you pay him?
$20K.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, at that age for $20K, that's a good chunk of money.
Yeah, that was what we had. Just sit. Yeah, we had it. So I remember pulling up. I remember I went to my friend's fantasy football draft in LA. I'm sitting through the whole thing with all my high school friends. I got $20,000 in my backpack in cash. And then I leave from there. I grab my other friend. He wants to go back down to San Diego. I was like, we got to make a quick pit stop. So we drive all the way to Victorville. He's like, where the fuck are you taking me? I go into the office, throw it down. Now we're in business. So that's when I met Reb for the first time. This guy was, I never seen this before in the weed thing. This guy was cold calling people and selling them weed off of these phone lists. He was just calling people like, hey, have you heard of us? Like, hey, it's legal now. Like, you want some weed, take a look at our menu. Like, and just doing good at it too, making sales like it's selling we're selling insurance or something. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a sales guy. So when it came to the weed business, I was running the call center at the time,
Call
right? And
center.
then yeah,
Yeah.
you just heard me literally just make some big sales right then and there, and you're just like, what the fuck is going
Yeah.
on? So this was interesting. That's when I first met you, and I was just like, who the fuck is this kid? Like I don't even know what the fuck's going on, because you just came, and I saw how impressed you were, and I was like, you know what, this kid. I don't meet too many Asians, especially in the high desert. So I was like, yeah, let's make friends with him. And then I invited you over that one time, and then
Smoke
smoked
me
them out.
dead, smoke me into a coma.
Yeah, they weren't used to it. I mean, I don't really smoke now, but back in those days, yeah, I was deep in it.
Yeah, this is a funny review video
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
did of some some wax one time. You should clip that in.
Yeah, yeah. I actually started my first YouTube. I started was for that industry. I was making review videos on wax, and I was hitting 10 different
I was like,
waxes
hey,
like
take all
right
these,
after another.
take these 8 different
Yeah.
flavors, and I was thinking make 8 different review videos for him. So he takes them and he does them all in one video. And I think got like 20,000 views. Like it was just funny because he's
Yeah.
getting higher and higher throughout it while he's tasting all these different fucking waxes, dude.
So so you had a falling out with the guy, right?
Oh yeah. So 2 weeks in, I'm there for 2 months helping him build everything out. We're live for 2 weeks, running orders from the high desert all the way down to almost to the
San
border,
Diego?
dude.
Yeah.
We're running all the way down to San Ysidro, like all the way down and everywhere in between Pacific Beach. We're running orders legally, compliantly, up and down. We did that for 2 weeks. We did about 20,000 in revenue
In 2 weeks.
in 2 weeks.
Damn.
With all those logistics and stuff, and it was popping up. And then I think he might have decided, oh, I don't need him anymore. Like, okay, like, we can do it. I didn't have any paperwork. Like I said, it was just kind of handshake deal. So that it got a little weird. Like
Mhm.
first, I don't know. He thought I was gonna. I think maybe he had a fear that I was gonna like take more of his business, or I was kind of winning people over in the office and stuff, and just making friends up there, and probably made him a little uncomfortable. So that falling out happened. I then spent my whole second year of law school just trying to get my money back.
Mhm.
So yeah, you know what? So I was talking to my friends. I was like, how do I get it back? He was like, fuck you. Like, I'm not,
Yeah.
I just wanted my 20,000 back. I was like, come on, like, let me just have this back. Let me start over. It's about principle at that point too. So
I mean, you built him a pretty solid expansion in his business that was bringing in
yeah.
20K
And then
every 2 weeks.
exactly. So then I just had to bug him a lot
Mhm.
and figure out who his partners were, his family was, and everything, so I could just like, hey, like, like, I've just got this problem, like, I'm trying to, I tried to enter in a deal, it didn't work out, I just want my money back. It just kind of was probably stressing him out. He's probably got all these
Yeah.
people like, hey, what's going on here with this? Finally pays me back. I get my 20K back. I go up, counts right in front of me. I'm like, okay, good. But what wasn't good is I just wasted the last 8 months just dwelling on this guy that got pulling over on me.
I remember.
So
I remember you were quite upset about it.
I felt part of me was happy that like I got like back what my goal was, my mission was like complete, but something happened during those eight months where I was just so focused on money and like getting it back. I was already tripping about the weed thing, and I'm selling all over the place. I had no idea what I was doing, and then I don't know, something kind of happened during that period. It was just law school, my friends, that relationship, just everything, parents, everything. I just kind of put myself on an island during that time. I was not really happy by the end of that. So at that point, I was like, all right, this weed thing's not working out. I only got one more year of law school left. Like, let's just try to do something so we can so we can get out of doing this.
Yeah, I remember.
And now I'll go be a lawyer. I'll go, like that's starting to sound really nice. Like life is not like peaceful. Like my relationships aren't good. I've been kind of shitting on my family, my friends, like everybody. I've just been so focused on money. Like let me just get out of this. I got a little debt up, like debts I want to pay. I'd like to have a little money in my, like, let me just get out of this. So during that summer, I just dreamt up, like, let's do something really big. Let's make a bunch of money, do it all at once, and then we'll stop doing this. That's usually how bad ideas
It is.
like get birthed. So it's just greed. It's just straight greed. Still, I thought I was being reasonable. I'm gonna get out of this and do it. But first, let me just like
Do one big shebang.
yeah. It was one big shebang for sure.
Yeah.
So I run around California like I'm an educated kid. There's probably 4 years at business school, college, business economics degree. So I got all this theory in my head about just business and everything. Then law school is a lot of business too. Just like, okay, I understand corporate theory and these things. So I'm running around California like I'm starting a tech startup with making fucking PowerPoint presentations to people about how you give me this money, I'm gonna go buy all this weed, and then I'm gonna go drive it over here where these people are gonna pay top dollar for it, and do this transaction. Then I'm gonna come back and everybody's gonna be happy, and it's gonna be super super tight, and it's gonna be cool. And then I'll go back to law school and live happily ever after. So I do that. I go around. I've got probably got I think it was about 64. It's about 64 pounds of weed.
Yeah, I remember about being 60 something pounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that time, that was a lot of fucking money.
Yeah. Well, I had to I had to get money from people that,
Yeah,
all sorts of people.
I remember you. I remember you coming to me with this idea, and my dumbass too was just like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Let's drive it. Like I'll help you out. I'll go with you.
That's how it works. Cause I know nothing about it. It's just I'm just running on ego at this point. So but I did get educated by some people. It's like, hey, if you want to do that, the right way to do that is you pay somebody experienced in doing that.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost X amount to do that. Why don't you?
Yeah, we thought of like, oh, you know what?
So I told him that. He's like, whoa, that's a
well,
lot.
Like, fuck the middleman.
Like,
we can do this ourselves.
So
horrible idea.
Here we are, packing up all of this into my little Hyundai Elantra sedan.
Yeah.
Just in all sorts of different bags and boxes.
This is 65 pounds of weed, guys. 65 pounds in the car with us.
Just
vacuum sealed everything, put as much smell things as we can, which it's stupid anyways because the dogs can still smell it. So
you're either gonna get there without anybody bothering you, or you're not. So we get everything together. We hop in the car. Max is moving to the East Coast, and then we're on our merry way to meet people that I didn't even know very well. So who knows what would have happened if we actually
tell you the truth, I think about that sometimes. Like, man, it actually could have been worse off for us in a sense if we actually got there with that much product.
I think we would have got there.
Yeah.
We would have both got fucking popped. Some way or another.
Possible.
It wasn't planned out. Like I said, it was just straight ego. Everything was just straight ego and greed and stuff. It just was not seeing things for what they were.
When
you saw like dollar signs, you're like, ching, that's it.
Yeah, it was like, so like, let's just rush the process, and then like, this is the end result. This is the the cookie, like right there, like not seeing anything else other than like that. I don't care what I gotta step on or do in like the middle. I just want that, like it's on just that thing's gonna solve all my problems. Okay, like I said, that's how it started. Is like, oh, one more big one, like like if I just took possession of this money right here, then all my problems that I'm currently dealing with are just gonna go away. Like, that's really the mentality that I had. I didn't see it that way at all. It's just because I was in it, and it was hard to talk about it or understand it when it was happening like to me. Now I can see it like clear after I've had plenty of time. But like, so here we are in the car, just heading east down the the number one drug trafficking highway in the entire United States. Like, not taking any breaks, just driving straight through.
Yeah, we switched off, right? You were sleeping, then I would drive, then I would go to sleep for a little bit, then you would drive.
So
how close did you guys get?
We got to Tennessee.
We got to Tennessee. We made it to Tennessee.
And where were you guys going to?
We're going to Virginia.
Damn.
And this is I'm in my.
You guys got far.
We
I'm in
did.
my- yeah.
That was in
That was
one day.
disheartening.
That was one day
Like,
drive.
We were like, took us like 26 hours to get there. So I'm in my I took my second week of law school off to go. I'm supposed to be in class the second week. That's when I was running around the state, just like getting all the weight and everything. And then now we're in the third week, and now we're doing the drive and everything. So I'm missing my second and third week of my last year of law school just so I can do this. I know I could talk my way out of it when I get back, figure it out. I can miss. I was really good at studying the syllabus. Like, how many classes can I miss and still, pass this class?
I did very similar. Right?
So I was good at that. I was good at passing classes. Wasn't that good at getting great grades, but got the same piece of paper everybody else did.
Yeah, that's true.
Just enough to get by.
Just enough.
Yeah.
What is the bare minimum that I can do so I can go do other stuff?
Yeah.
Like, so we're in Tennessee. We're driving through Memphis. See that big Bass Pro Shops pyramid. Looks all cool. That we just drove through the craziest storm I've ever seen in my entire life in Oklahoma. It's just like
that was ridiculous, and we drove it in the night too, which
we're driving
was
like 10 miles per hour down the freeway. We can't see shit. Like,
no,
it's just pouring rain. So it's like we make it to Tennessee and it's beautiful. Like we're driving in, the clouds are,
yeah, because it was like
colors,
past the Ozarks, so you see all the forest
open
and
sky,
everything.
Everything. Yeah, I hadn't really been to the south like that before either. So then we make it to Middle Tennessee, and now we pass one drug task force SUV, the second drug task force SUV, the third drug task force SUV, and this is when I look at you and I'm like, a little weird. And then the fourth one, we drive past it, and then he pulls out onto the road behind us. He's like maybe a mile behind us, but he's like half a mile behind us, and he follows us for a few miles.
Yeah, I remember this pretty well because I was actually sleeping, and then he wakes me up. Yeah, he wakes me up, and he's just like, we're getting tailed right now by a cop. And I was just like, what? What did you do? He was like, nothing. And then the lights turn on, and I was just like, well, fuck. It was probably one of the most fear I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah, just
How was that, Chow? I'm sure it was a little bit interesting how we met, and I know I left it on a cliffhanger, so I could put it on episode 3. Hopefully you guys want to come back and watch that next episode of what happens after this. So please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time. It's Chowtime.